Welcome to the Festival of Storytellers.
I can't tell you how excited I am to be on right now. It's been a couple of weeks of excitement, getting prepared, and I've done a lot of things in my life, but this has got to be close to the top.
Thank you, and Reader's Magnet, and thank you, John, for putting this forth and taking the chance on us authors in presenting this out to the world.
I've enjoyed this immensely, Joanne.
Ellie, so have I. Thank you for who you are, and thank you, Reader's Magnet. You all are beautiful, and you've worked so very hard, and we are blessed.
We are.
I thank everybody that's involved with this process, because we know writers need readers and writers need publishers. We thank Reader's Magnet and everybody that's involved. I love Reader's Magnet. They say, we share your stories with the world.
Everybody, how's everybody doing today? My name is Clarence CAUSBY. I'd like to thank you all for joining me today. And for those that have saw me before on Sunday or before that when I was doing my other author sessions and everything in live, my interviews, I want to thank you guys for coming back. Thank you guys for all the questions you have. I'm the author of the book Soul Exchange, and this book is about a young man who graduates high school and goes to college. He pretty much wants to, help out his mom, and then he meets a girlfriend. He meets his girl, they become boyfriend and girlfriend, and he loves her, and he wants to, become more serious with her, and marry her. And so when he does that, he's just looking for a best way on how to do that. Trying to look for a job, trying to find out what's there after college, just like we all do. And he's not really sure where he's gonna go with it, and so he meets a friend, or so-called friend, whatever you may see, and he tells him, would you do anything for to be able to get married to your girlfriend? Would you do anything to help out your mom, to help out your family? And and it's like we all would say, we don't really think about it, the question so much when we get asked that kind of question. Is would you do anything? He's like, yeah, of course, I would do absolutely anything. He's like, you sure about that? He's like, of course I would. Who wouldn't? I would do anything, anything in the world to do whatever I could to help out my family, help out my mom, to get married to my girlfriend, because I love her so much. And he's like, okay, well, would you sell your soul? And you don't really expect someone to really say something like that, so he thought he was just kidding. And Xavier, who's the name of the main character, is like, whatever. I don't play that kind of games. Whatever. And he's like, and so the person was like, no. His friend's like, well, no. Would you sell your soul? He's like, nah, get out of here. I don't do that kind of stuff. Whatever. So Xavier just thinks, he's, just joking around and whatever like that. And so he's like, no, I'm being really serious. Would you sell your soul? Would you sell your soul for all that? He goes, I'm being serious. He's like, I'm not even kidding around. Would you sell your soul? And Xavier's like, he's like, fine, yeah, I would sell my soul. Because he's, just to when people talking yeah, just kind of shut him up or whatever. That's what Xavier originally thought, not knowing that when he literally said, yes, I would sell my soul, he legitimately, was set on course of horrible events that was going to take place in his life. And mind you, we all go through like crazy stuff in our lifetime, but I would never, ever, ever would want to be in like his shoes because so many crazy things happened to him. And the book is very suspenseful. I would put it in a place of like suspense, a little horror of what goes on because it's a supernatural Christian book. So it's has action in it too. So it's suspense, action, a little bit of horror. But like I enjoyed writing the book. It was a great book for me to write, and I'm definitely will be writing more books. I'm probably working on like 2 or 3 books come this weekend and next weekend as well. But what I want to take the time and read to you from Soul Exchange, like chapter 3. And chapter 3 goes as, good, very good. But the most important question is, are you willing to give up your soul for this? Asked Donovan. Say, what does this have to do with my soul? Stop playing games, I told you. I told you I would give up anything. Why are you talking about my soul? I said, highly annoyed. Answer the question. Would you give your soul for this? I started to feel funny, almost like I did from the dream I had. And I heard Mom's voice say, for what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? My mind started to spin. I shook my head. I felt something was grabbing me, but didn't see anything. I fell out of the chair. Donovan stood over me with his hand reached out. He squeezed my hand very tightly to the point where it started to hurt. Answer me. Will you give your soul for this? My mind was racing. I felt sick. Then I said, fine, yes, I will give my soul. He gave me an evil smile, and out of nowhere, it started to rain heavily. And thunder and lightning, even hail the size of golf balls, were falling. I remember the weatherman said it was going to be a warm day today with no chance of rain, just sunshine and no clouds. Why does this all seem weird and wrong right now? I don't feel good at all. I looked at Donovan and he kept smiling, then finally pulled me up. Good. So now you have the job. Come by Monday to get started. I mean, you now have today, tomorrow, and the rest of the week to get ready and to rest up. And next Monday, you will start. I fell back down on my knees. I thought I could hear Mom's voice, and it sounded as if she was screaming and crying. Why was all of this happening to me, I thought. As a Townsend household, Xavier's mom was cleaning the house and giving God praise. She heard a voice saying, start praying for Xavier now. She started praying. Then she heard something fall. She looked on the coffee table, and the picture of Xavier had fallen over the coffee table. The picture was cracked. She started to cry. She screamed, oh God, what is going on with my baby? She then heard Xavier's voice saying, yes, I give up my soul for this. She started crying and saying, please, God, no. Don't let my baby give up his soul. Please, Father, keep him safe. Be with him, Lord, and keep him covered. Don't let anything happen to him. Send thy angels to guard over him, O Lord. She was crying even more. She screamed, my baby, not my baby. Please be all right. She started crying even harder. She heard the lightning and the thunder and heard the rain start to come down heavily. She looked out at the window, still praying for God's protection over Xavier. She heard a knock at the door. She opened the door and saw Sarah. She hugged Sarah. I'm so glad to see you, baby. Is everything okay? I had a very bad feeling. All of a sudden, the storm came out of nowhere. What is going on with this weather? Sarah said. It's Xavier. Something bad is happening to him, and I don't know what it is. But I heard a voice saying, start praying for him. She explained everything that had happened, from the photo of him falling on the coffee table and cracking to how she heard Xavier's voice. Sarah had a look of shock on her face. She hugged Xavier's mom. Miss Townsend called her other kids, and before she had a chance to say anything, they said something is happening with Xavier, and how they were on their way to the house. There was a knock at the Townsend house. Sarah opened the door and saw all of Xavier's siblings. They all came in, and every one of them hugged each other. Miss Townsend said, they all need to start praying. She said she wanted to have a shut-in. Shut-ins are where people get together and pray, read scriptures, sing, and sometimes fast for God to move. She said if everyone couldn't do it because she knows people had jobs, but if they could, even Even if it wasn't there, she wanted them all to come together to bombard heaven with prayers for Xavier. She started saying, "I feel like going on." I grabbed the edge of the table. I saw lightning strike the streak, and it almost struck Donovan a few times. I saw him laughing and saying something. I could barely make out what he was saying. I was clutching my chest, but it sounded like he was saying, "Yeah, I got him. And what are you going to do, God? I got one over on you, and he's all ours." He started to laugh. I passed out. I woke up in the hospital, and I saw Mom and my brothers and sisters around me praying. I saw Rachel in the hallway. "What happened?" I asked. "You've been out since Sunday, and today is Tuesday." Rachel came by and told us, so we've been here ever since. Sarah has come, and Rachel has also been here. "Hello, Mr. Townsend." I looked over and I saw a lady walk in. She said, "My name is Dr. Wendell. I've been looking over your report, and I've never seen anything like it. You seem healthy and fit. The only thing that is, from what I was told, it seems like you had a heart attack. I've had a few x-rays taken, and for the first couple of days, I saw something very weird on the x-rays. If you don't mind," she said, "I'm going to need most of you to leave. You can only have 2 in here. I know they're your family, but it's a little crowded in here, so you can let us know who you want in here and who you don't. I want my mom and my girlfriend Rachel in here." All my brothers and sisters, even Sarah, said, "Why have her in here?" Even Mom said, "Why have her in there?" They said that they appreciated that she told them about me, but they said she was part of the problem. I said, "If that's how everyone feels, fine." They had a smile on their faces. "I changed my mind, Dr. Wendell. I only want Rachel in here." She said, "Are you sure?" I replied, "Yes, my family can wait outside." Okay, my family and Sarah started to protest about it, but Dr. Wendell said, if that's what he wants, then we will abide by my wishes. So Dr. Wendell showed Rachel and I the x-rays. The x-rays were not what I had expected. They were almost like a shadow of a hand or a claw, or at least the outline of a hand or claw around my heart. Then Dr. Wendell asked, "How do you feel?" I said, "I felt good. I just don't remember what happened." "Babe, you clutched your chest and you could barely talk. Your eyes were rolling in the back of your head," replied Rachel. "Where's Donovan?" "I haven't seen him since it happened," said Rachel. "Was he dancing around saying something like, 'God, I got him, he's ours'?" I asked. "No, babe. He was close by calling 911 for you." "Are you sure?" "Of course I am, babe," said Rachel. "Well, Mr. Townsend, I want to run some more tests. So we're going to do another x-ray now. I want to see if anything has changed. Are you in any pain or discomfort?" "No, not at all, Dr. Wendell." I got up and got out of bed. Dr. Wendell tried to stop me, but I said, "I'm fine, Dr. Wendell." I've never felt better. I got up and almost lost my balance and fell. I grabbed a hold of the side of the bed. Dr. Wendell and my brothers and sisters rushed in to try and catch me. "See, I'm fine." I was able to walk around on my own. I've never felt better. I dropped to the floor and did push-ups. Okay, Mr. Townsend. Just get back into bed. We don't want you to overdo it, but you really do seem to be in good spirits and seem to be healthy. I do, however, want to do another x-ray. So just hop back into bed and we'll get you down to another x-ray because it's definitely different now. You were out cold in a short coma, but now this. Yeah, I've never seen anything like this in my entire life. Okay, so I'll have someone to come get you. Then we can figure out if we're going to let you go or leave. But you really should stay for the next couple of days just so we can keep an eye on you, all right? If you think that's necessary, I said. With that, Dr. Wendell left, and my family came back in along with Sarah. "I'll be back, babe. I'm going to call Donovan and let him know how you're doing. Plus, I'm going to get something to eat." She asked Mom and my brothers and sisters, and even Sarah, if they wanted anything to eat. They said no. She reached over and gave me a kiss. You should have let Mom stay in here. What is wrong with you?" asked Barbara. "It's okay," said Mom. "He can have whoever he wants in here. It's his decision." I can't believe you kicked Mom out. And no, it's not okay, Mom. He should have better sense, but he has become stupid hanging out with those two. We've told him numerous times that they are bad. And now look what happened to him, said Barbara. What, don't you have anything to say after what you did to Mom? Said James. I looked at all of them. I'm sorry, Mom. I really am. But to just wake up and to have everyone jumping on Rachel's case about how she's not the one really of all times and places to do this at? Why isn't Donovan here? They asked. I don't know. I just woke up. How am I supposed to know who's been here and who's not been here? We're telling you he never came here. He hasn't been here one time to see you. Mom has been sleeping over, and Sarah and us, even I hate to admit this, Rachel did for one day. But we told her we would stay. We didn't want her spirit or presence here over you while you were in a coma. Dr. Wendell came back in. Okay, Xavier, let's get you down to take some more x-rays. I want to see what's going on because you shouldn't be this up and about. I'm curious. We'll bring him right back, and we'll bring him some food back as well to help him regain his strength. I went to get the x-rays done, and I was hoping everything was going to be all right, but I was nervous and scared, especially after seeing the first x-rays that were taken. I don't think I've ever heard or seen anything like that, where a hand literally looks like it was squeezing my heart, and the fact that even Dr. Wendell was saying the same thing. I went and got the x-rays done and got back to the room. There was a tray of food on the rolling table in my room. I was so happy to see food. I felt like I reached the second hunger. They say if you reach the third hunger, it would kill you. After all that time, I've been asleep. I don't think I've ever been so hungry in my life as I was in this moment. I ate the food. Mom and Dr. Wendell told me to slow down before I choked on the food, but I was so hungry. I couldn't help myself. After eating, I told Mom, and I told her that I was so sorry for talking to her the way that I did. She said, "It's okay, baby." Rachel came back in. She said Donovan said he wanted to come, but he was so busy getting my office set up and everything. And said he knew I would pull through. I was kind of disappointed that, he didn't come to see me. I would have come to see him, but I guess I can't judge people on how I would act. Oh well. I just want to get through this whole situation and get to work so I can start making money and be able to make something out of myself. The next couple of days, the x-rays came back, and I was told that everything looked fine. Dr. Wendell came and showed me the x-rays, and she said, "How now the heart looks normal." I said, "Great, can you please show my mom and my brothers and sisters when they get here?" She said, "Of course." I called Rachel, and Donovan answered the phone. I said, "What are you doing on Rachel's phone?" He said, "Xavier, so good to hear from you. I was paying her a visit. We were talking about maybe celebrating the job when you got out of the hospital. Here she is now." "Hey, babe," she said. "Why is he over there?" She told me, "We were just planning on celebrating the job. When you get out, babe, I was going to be up there soon. Is everything okay?" I paused. Part of me couldn't understand why Donovan was there, and I was getting a little pissed about all this. But I tried to remain calm. "Listen, can you pick me up, please? I'm checking out of the hospital now." "What, are you sure?" "Shouldn't you wait to get the doctor's permission?" Rachel said. "I just want to leave, but if you don't want to pick me up, I'll find another way. Or I'll just call my family to come pick me up if that's the case." "No, babe. I was just concerned for your well-being." "I'll be right there," Rachel said. I was getting impatient. I was walking back and forth, wanting to just get out of there. I kept thinking, why was Donovan over there, over Rachel's house? "Hey, baby, how's my precious boy doing?" I turned around and saw Mom and Sarah. "I was thinking about calling you." "Why, is something wrong?" asked Mom. "No, nothing is wrong, Mom. It's just that Dr. Wendell is letting me leave. She said the x-rays came back and everything looked fine." "Oh, thank God," Mom said. "Praise you, Jesus." "Thank you, God." Yet, no, Mom, I didn't. I was trying to figure out how to get out of here. "I'm here, baby. You called your mom?" "I told you I was coming to get you." "No, I told you I was coming." "He didn't call us. We just arrived 10 minutes ago." Oh, okay, I thought he had called you since I told him I was coming. Why would he call us to come pick him up if you already told him you were coming? I know he was in a rush to leave and didn't think I was moving fast enough, so I figured he called you. You're always impatient, X. Haven't I told you to stop being impatient? Okay, Mom, I get it. I'm impatient, but I just want to leave and get some rest for my big day at work on Monday. I see everyone is here. It's so good to see you all. Hi, Dr. Wendell. So good to see you, Mom said. Thank you so much for taking care of my baby. God bless you. You are truly sent by God. I do what I can. So I take it Xavier has told you all the good news? Yes, Dr. Wendell. He called us and said that he was clear to leave. I have to say, I've never seen a case like this ever. And the x-rays, if they were not here to look at, I never would have believed what I saw. Literally, his heart was being squeezed by a hand-like figure. It's a miracle, that's for sure. But I'm glad my patient is doing so much better. Just be careful, okay? I will, Dr. Wendell, I promise. Are you hungry? Said Mom. Usually I would be, but I just want to go and rest. I decided I'm going to move in with Rachel, at least for right now, until I get enough money to get my own place. Are you sure you want to do this? You know how I feel about shacking. I know, Mom. I know you don't believe in people moving in together unless they are engaged or and soon to be married thereafter. I just think it's time for me to leave the house and experience life on my own, even though I'll be living with Rachel. I want to get out and see the world for myself. I mean, I'm out of college now. I just want to experience life. I already have a great job lined up. How do you know it's a good job? Mom, come on, please. I know you care about me. I'm your baby boy, but I'm growing up. Fine, if that's what you want. I'll go home and have your things packed for you. All I've ever done was try to look out for you and make you aware of the pitfalls. You've done a great job with that too, Mom. But I really just think it's time to move on with my life. Fine, Mom said in an annoyed tone. You're right. You do need to figure out things on your own. So if this is what you want, so be it. Rachel and I went by Mom's house. I got my clothes packed. And I was about to leave my room. I took one last look around and I began to reminisce about my childhood days. I was going to miss my room and her cooking, smelling scrambled eggs, grits, bacon, and fresh fried potatoes and onions and green peppers in the morning. But I knew I had to start living my life, and it was going to happen one day anyway. It was just happening sooner than I expected. I gave Mom a hug and a kiss goodbye. I told her I would miss her, and I would try to help her even though I'm no longer in the house. She said a prayer with me that God would watch over me and protect and guide me, and guide my way. I got back in the car with Rachel. We headed off. Well, babe, what do you want to do when we can get back to the house? Honestly, I just want to just unpack and rest. The good thing is tomorrow is Saturday, and I still have 2.5 days to relax. The weekend went flying by. On Sunday night, I got a call from Donovan saying I need to be at work by 8 a.m. I said, okay, not a problem. He said, okay, make sure you're not late. Bye. I said, wait, that's it? You're not going to ask how I feel? You're talking, aren't you? And you're home, so you're good. You need to be serious about this job. You have a big day tomorrow. So make sure you go to bed early and get some rest because I will not tolerate you being late on your first day or ever. What's gotten into you? I said. You've changed. I'm your boss now. Remember that. I got you this job. So don't make me look bad and work hard. Now, good night. I started thinking maybe it was a bad idea to even get this job. Especially after the way Donovan is talking to me. Part of me was confused. The other part wanted to punch him in his face. Hey, babe, what's wrong? Nothing, I said. Come on now. What's wrong? I know something is bothering you. It's written all over your face. I just want to know what is up with Donovan and the way he's acting. He never acted like this before. If he had, I would have beat him up already. I don't appreciate this. Babe, just talk to him. Remember, he got you this job. You're making a lot of money and you can soon buy some of the things you've been wanting. Yeah, I guess so, Rach. But still, it's the principle of the thing. I guess the more money you make, the more crap you must deal with. And with that much money, I guess it's worth it. But still, listen, babe, don't worry. Just make sure you get a good night's sleep and show Donovan what you can do. Yeah, that would probably be the only way since he's so worried about me not making him look bad. I will show him what I can do and make everyone notice my work ethic. It was 8 p.m., so I decided now would be a good time to go to bed. I actually slept pretty well. I woke up and it was 4 a.m., so I got up. Rachel was still sleeping. She looked so beautiful sleeping. It made me wish I could stay in bed with her today, but I knew I'd better hurry and get ready to go into Dallas. I rushed into the bathroom to take a shower. I brushed my teeth, picked out a suit, and was ready to go. Before I left, I kissed Rachel's forehead. She was still out like a light. I left her a note telling her I had left. I walked to the train station. The weather was nice. Not too warm and not too cool. A nice breeze made it perfect. I bought my train ticket from the ticket machines and I walked around, waiting anxious as to what was going to happen and what kind of mood Donovan was going to be in. I was excited to be a manager and make great money. I started to calm down. I heard a noise. When I looked down the tracks, the train was coming. I hopped on the train and sat down. The train was extremely crowded. I had another passenger sit next to me. I started to pray to God to calm my nerves and to be with me and to let everything go good today. It took about an hour to get to Dallas, and I remember Donovan telling me where to go. I got to the office at 6:30. I walked in. There were security guards there. They asked me if I needed help and that all the offices are closed. I gave them my name and showed them my driver's license. They looked on a piece of paper. They said they couldn't find it. I asked them to please look again. They looked through the papers, and again they asked what was my name again. Once I told them, they said, "Oh, here you go. Sorry about that. We overlooked it. Have a seat right here and just wait." "What time do they open?" I asked. They told me some come in at 7, some come in at 8, or sometimes they come in at 9 a.m. I was getting tired of waiting. I called Donovan, but he didn't answer the phone. It went straight to voicemail. It was getting tiring, and I was ready to fall asleep. I started to see people come in, and as I was about to go up with them, the guard said, "I must wait till we heard from Donovan." I called Donovan again, and he still didn't answer. The time was 7:30 a.m. I went and sat back down in the lobby. It was 8:15. Then I walked through some glass doors, and I looked around and didn't know where to go. "You're late." I turned around and saw Donovan. "I was here at 6:30. Where were you? I called you." "I was busy making calls. I'm here now, and I know you're here. I saw you on camera. I wanted to see what you were going to do for the entire time. I guess you were serious about this job after all." "Of course I was. I wouldn't have come all this way here if I wasn't. You'd be surprised. People that waited and turned around and left when they were so close. But I must hand it to you, Xavier. You made it. Anyway, let's get you set up. Follow me." I followed Donovan into this room. It was a nice room. Had a desk, a computer, and a secretary outside the office. "This is your office." My eyes opened wide. "You can't be serious. This is really my office?" "Yes. I told you that you were going to be a manager and was going to get paid lots of money because I put in a really good word for you. So pick your mouth up from the ground. And I'll show you the crew, and we'll be walking underneath you. We'll be working underneath you." With that, we walked into the area where there were computers and tables and phones. "This is where your crew will be, answering people's emails and phone calls of what they will need and when they would need it by. Some of the workers here will meet our customers here, especially if they aren't in the city. If they are in the city." "Is that so? So then what am I supposed to do?" "Are you really this naive? You make sure they are doing their jobs and help them with questions they have. Also, you listen in on some of the calls and see if they're doing their jobs and to see if the customers is harassing them over the phone. Plus, you sit in your office and look at what's going on and see if the workers are meeting the customers' expectations of the customers. Look at the feedback the customers give on the workers and see if there are ways to improve. So, going to give you a quick overview of how things run. Then again, hey Simon, this is Xavier. He's a new manager. Will you train him, please, so he can hurry up and get the ball rolling?" "Sure, I'll train him. Nice to meet you. My name is Simon. Pleased to meet you. I'm Xavier. So you're the new manager, huh? Well, let's get started." Simon trained me of how to do everything within a week's time. He said I caught on fast. I made some mistakes, but I learned from them quickly. 2 weeks had come, and it was payday. The first 2 weeks had been rough, even with the training. I felt like I had grown to the I felt like I'd been thrown to the wolves, but I was here, nothing to do but press on and show them what I can do. Xavier, here's your paycheck. I turned around and saw Donovan, handing me an envelope. Congratulations on your first paycheck. I looked at him and took the envelope. Thanks so much, Donovan. I looked at the paycheck and couldn't believe the amount. I've never seen that much money in my life. Well, let's celebrate and have a party at my place. No thanks, I'm good. Listen, we're throwing you a party and that you need to loosen up some. I promise you will have a good time. And that, everybody, is from chapter 3 of my book, Soul Exchange. And I hope you like that little tidbit of that of the book. Oh, thank you, Fair Gore, 1909. Originally, it's just going to be a single standalone book. And, just like that saying says, never say never. So you never know. There could possibly be a sequel. I'm definitely not ruling it out. But there will be a book that I will be writing. It'll probably this week or next week or so. And it'll be probably years down the line, and it'll reference some of the characters in this book, but it won't be a direct sequel at all. For Martin Brewer, would you sell your soul for the sake of money, fame, and self-interest? Never. Not at all. I definitely believe that money can help a lot of situations, but I don't believe the money is the end all be all and everything. Do some of your scenes, Gregor, 1910, do some of your scenes in the book based on some personal experience? I think the only from personal experience, I think would be that I want to help my mom. I want to be able to help my mom. I wanted to give my mom the best life she could ever have. My mom is 81 years old. She'll be 82 in January. So I just want to, kind of repay back everything she's ever done for me. After my father died, she's taken even better care, great care of me. And that was when I was going to be a sophomore in high school and everything. So, I love my mom to this. I want to do everything I personally can, and for have her enjoy her life and everything. How did you come up with these ideas? Did you personally experience this? Oh, no. Thank you, Fairgore 748. No, I never personally experienced any of this. I do know that my family is definitely very religious. I definitely would have to say that some of the ideas that I had came from God, because the book, whole ideas behind the book, I was off on my day. I was off from work one day, and the ideas just kept coming to me and coming to me and coming to me, and I just passed it off, just some random thought or so. And then all of a sudden, I told my mom about it. I'm like, well, what do you think about it? She's like, God's trying to tell you that that's a book you need to write. So I was like, okay. And it just flowed, I had the beginning, the middle, and the end of the book, but as I was starting to write, everything just started flowing so smoothly and so free, like a river. So I was just so amazed at how everything came together. So I was just great. So I was just happy with it. Hi, Fairgoer 383. Where did you get those names of your characters? Those, honestly, that was the hardest part for me, was trying to come up with the names. I was trying to figure what can I name the characters and everything like that. And I think my friend and I was talking about X-Men one day, or I was playing a game they had X-Men in it, and I thought oh, Xavier. I'm oh, Professor Xavier. I'm I just knocked out any character Xavier. But the other names I just thought of. I was just trying to think of what names could I fit, or what names sounded good to me. Because to me, when I was picking the names, I was nah. I was coming up with different names, but I was nah, name doesn't fit for me. Not with this character. This name doesn't fit. Or if I did come up with them, oh, that's a perfect name. I got a lot this name for this character. So that's kind of how I just came up with the names. There's a lot of random thought process and everything. But I think that's the hardest part for me, is to come up with names for the characters of books especially for this one and other books that I will be writing. The names of the books, names of the characters and titles of the books, that is the hardest part for me. It's trying to come up like names. Sometimes it'll take me a few hours, sometimes minutes, or sometimes years, like not years, but months. Martin Brewer, how long did it take you to complete the story? Well, Martin, it took a lot longer than expected. It really did, because I got only the first chapter. That was about like 8, 9 years ago, and then like I had quit my job, started working at another job, and I just like put it off. I really did. I put it off for quite a number of years. I can't even really remember. I think it was about like maybe 6, 7 years, maybe a little bit longer. I can't remember. I'm sorry about that. And then I started. I'm like, you know what? I think let me finish this book. And then I think it took me about maybe about like 2 months, maybe. Only because like every day, because I was doing like an overnight shift, and then every single day, like I was coming home, I was just like spending like 2, 3 hours, you know, working on a book, fell asleep, woke back up before I had to go to work, start writing again. And then on my days off, I just like kept writing. I would write for maybe like 2, 3, 4 hours. And then like, but like everything was just coming from me. So it took like a matter of years to actually complete the story. And I definitely thought that, and I definitely say too that it should have been done a lot earlier than what it should have. I should have been able to get that done maybe with like a year or so. I should have been able to. But a lot of people tell me like, "Oh, Clarence, don't worry about it. You know, it's all about God's timing." I was like, "Okay, no problem. I can understand that." But it took a long time only because like I took a break and that was my fault. But that's the same way like it is now with the two books that I'm writing now, and the other books that I'm going to write like won't be religious at all. It'll just be like fantasy, action, stuff like that for like my other books. But it's been hard with like even with these books that I'm trying to write now is because like I've been working so much. But I think if I can really just get the time to really just focus on it and just really just really go straight forward with it, I could probably get like definitely could probably get like most of my books out like halfway through my books within like probably like a few months, you know. So I want to try to get like one of my other books hopefully out by next year sometime, hopefully published and out by then too as well. But this one took me like a long time. It definitely, I don't think I feel like it shouldn't have took me that long, but it did. I just because I had completely forgotten all about the book. You know, sometimes I thought about the book again, and then I just completely lost track of it, and then I didn't think about it again for anything. Oh, thank you, Martin, for your time. Thank you so much. I that means the world to me. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the book. You know, I hope you go pick up the book. I hope you enjoy it. And honestly, that comment really made my day. So thank you for that. I thank you for your kind words. I appreciate it. And thank you for being here and asking me the questions. Like that means a lot. Thank you for that, Martin. I appreciate that. You know, but yeah, like as far as another sequel, I'm not really sure about that. But the other one will be, like I said, it'll be tied into this. That one won't really tie a whole lot into this, but it'll make reference of like the characters that you hear or read throughout the book and everything. So there won't be a sequel, but it'll definitely be in the same world as Soul Exchange is. So I won't count out a sequel, but I remember before I said no, but then I had to kind of change that because I don't know, you know. A lot of people have been asking me, you know, will there be a sequel? You know, if I feel led to, I definitely will write a sequel to the book. So, you know, I'll be excited about that. So I'm definitely, you know, excited about writing because honestly, I didn't even know that writing was going to be a thing for me because there was so much stuff that I wanted to do with my life. You know, at first I wanted to become a chef. Didn't do that because I'm like, I don't want to be in the kitchen all day, like cooking and everything. Like that's good for some people, but not me. And I didn't like, well, maybe I should be, you know, a wrestler, a professional wrestler. And I'm like, nah, I don't think I'm gonna do that either. I just didn't really know like what I wanted to do, and I thought I'm trying to come up with a story. Like one day, I think it was like I was 8 years old, and it really wasn't making sense. So I didn't even know, and then this came, and I think this kind of like really changed my life because writing to me is a stress release because everything that I'm feeling and everything I can just pour like everything that's bottled up inside me, my mind, everything. I can just like let it just flow onto paper. So I'm very, very excited about all this. And you know, I love writing. And there's like this one book that I'm writing. I got still on the first chapter, kind of like this one. And I started, but then all of a sudden, like I noticed, like whenever I get mad, I can definitely focus more of that into there. So I'm glad about that. Fair Goer 748. So what do you aside from being author, or you full time author? Thank you for the question. I really appreciate that. No, I would love to. Honestly, that's my dream to be. Is like a full time author. I would love to be an author, but right now I'm a custodian. I work at an elementary school. I just clean and disinfect and sanitize all the classrooms, do the garbages, set up for events that may be happening, like a basketball practice or events for like the students or something like that. So as of right now, I'm a custodian like full time. But I'm looking to kind of like change that, hopefully go into something else. But if I had my choice, I would love to be a full time author. I really would. Honestly, I could probably, if I was a full time author, I could probably get like all these 20 some books like out of my head and onto paper and out into like the bookstores for all you guys to read and everything. And I do hope that you guys do go out and purchase Soul Exchange, and I hope that you do like it, and I hope that you do enjoy it. But if not, please bear with me. I hope that you would give my other books a try and a chance. Like I said, there won't be Christian based books. There will be action. It'll be filled with suspense, action, drama, stuff like that. It'll be like on the edge, cutting, nonstop, fast paced, and everything of what's going on. And everything. I will use like modern day situations, like in most of my books, but I definitely want most of my books, like Soul Exchange, my other books, to really inspire people. To really reach and touch people's hearts and minds and stuff like that, because I know what it's like to be like, well, no one really understands what I'm going through. No one really, talks about, no one really, can probably understand like what I'm ever going through. But then when you find people that, or things like on TV or whatever, you hear other people talk about like the problems or stuff like that, then, it's always good to be like, oh, wow, this person went through what I'm gonna get through. I can I can relate to that. Like especially in music. When you listen to stuff like, wow, he's talking about like my life, or that person's like singing about my life or rapping about my life or something like that. It's always good to know that you can kind of have somebody that can kind of relate with you, and kind of like Xavier did. He just felt like hopeless and stuff like that. Where after he sold his soul, I think he just didn't see a way out. And I remember there was plenty of times, that I felt that way, that I felt like I was being shackled. I felt like I was drowning, not literally, but drowning under the pressure and everything. Because after my dad died and everything, it was just me and my mom. And I, wanted to take care of my mom. I wanted to try to do as much as I can to kind of help her out, help her with the bills, all this other stuff. And it got to the point where there was plenty of times I contemplated suicide. And there was one day I actually took what I think was like a little bit of NyQuil and a few sleeping pills, and I just didn't want to wake up. And I went that night like just hoping I was just gonna like OD or something like that from like the pills and like NyQuil. When I woke up, I was like, crap, I'm still alive. Like, why am I still alive? Like, I was so pissed and so mad that I was still alive. But I'm grateful that I was able to, that I'm still here, that God let me see another day, because I'm grateful that I'm here to share my gift of like writing and all my dreams of writing and everything, to try to help encourage other people, try to help lift people up, just to tell people that as bad as it seems, that it's really not like the end all be all, even though it feels like it. Like I said, I know, but I just want to encourage people, so that when people remember, so like, I've been in the same situation, or I didn't really think of like a situation like this, or I'm seeing it from somebody else's eyes. I'm seeing from what other people kind of go through, or now I have a more open mind of like what people may be going through, or how they feel, or how they do stuff like that. So I just want my books to kind of like be like almost like an escape from like the real world, just to kind of like get away, where you can kind of like just read a book, enjoy the book, go along with the characters, go along with the story. And one thing I do always want to do in my books is to bring out emotion, whether it's happiness, sadness, hatred, towards a character, towards a circumstance or situation that's going on in a book. And I want people to be like, oh wow, like I feel like that character, I can relate so well with that character that, I want to be able to do like them. I want to keep, persevering. I want to push through. I want to, be able to make it like they made it. I want to, reach my goals. I want to see my dreams come true. Stuff like that. That's what I want to do. All that. Sometimes it's so nice to stay in your own imaginary world. Virgo is definitely. It is like honestly, it is like it really is like that's why I love writing books. That's why I love writing, because you get to really escape and you don't have to deal with like the craziness of like the media or what you see on the news and what's going on in like newspapers or other stuff like that. That's why sometimes like with me, like I don't, and it's probably bad that I don't, but like I don't like negativity at all. And I'm not saying all the news is negativity, but like a good portion of it is negativity. So I don't watch the news. I don't read newspapers or anything like that. Like, I get like some news like on my phone, but I just bypass it. I just like either write or I just watch movies or I listen to music or something just to kind of it's just escape, especially if I'm having a bad day at work or like if I'm really like in a bad mood, then I'll write, especially for that one story that's going to be taking place like in the future. Like it's so dark and gritty, that I focus all that like that anger, that hatred, or like whatever that I'm feeling at the time, that sadness or whatever, into that story or other books too. I'll focus all of that and just put it in there, and then sometimes I'm just like, wow, like sometimes I love just being like able to write, just kind of escape everything else. It's like because I watch anime. I watch a lot of anime. I'm an anime like fanatic. Like I see some animes, where people get like transported into like their games or something like that they play, or transferred and like transported into like a world and anything that they don't know nothing about. And I'm just like, why can't I be like that? Why can't we just like all go into like an anime world or a world of our own choosing and escape all like the craziness of like the real world and stuff? And even though that's not really possible, it'd be kind of great if it did, because I know a few animes that I would love to go into. But yeah, that's what I just kind of want to do with like my books, bring people into like the world of my characters, and I try to like give very specific descriptions of like emotion, like the way the weather is, the way a person's feeling, the way the character looks, and just kind of relate with them. Virgo with 383, what's your favorite anime? Let me see. Movie wise, like I was born in 1979, so this is one that's like a very classic to me, and I love it. Movie was, let me see, Fist of the North Star. My favorite anime now, it was Naruto. I like Dragon Ball Z for a while. I know a lot of people are gonna hate me on this, and that's fine because I've had a lot of discussion about this. I like Dragon Ball Z, but I can't, like, I hate Goku. Like, I'm not a Goku fan at all. Like, I love Vegeta. Vegeta is like the best thing. If Vegeta doesn't get like enough praise or enough credit for me, because I can't stand Goku. Because like, why would you beat somebody who's about to destroy you, your whole family, and everything else, and then you give him like a Senzu bean? For those who know what I'm talking about, to be like, oh no, I want to fight you again, even though you just almost killed me and my whole entire world. I want to fight you again. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. But I also like Black Clover though. Black Clover is amazing to me. How I got reincarnated as a slime, like those two are like my absolute favorite. My absolute favorite. I haven't gotten into Boruto yet. Like, I don't know. I'm still kind of like sketchy about going to that one. Kind of sketchy about Dragon Ball Super, but it was like, Clarence, you gotta see it. You gotta see it. So maybe one day. I was trying to get into One Piece, but my coworker, he's like, Clarence, you really gotta see it. My ex-coworker, he goes like, it doesn't really get good to after episode 100. I'm like, episode 100? I'm like, you want me to watch a whole anime series to watch it episode 100 just to see if it gets good? I'm like, oh my god. But I watched part of that too, and it was really good. I haven't made up to 100 yet, but I was trying to. I have to get back into that though. But like I love I love watching anime, love watching movies. I just watched Shang-Chi the other day. That was an amazing movie. Love the martial arts, everything. Fair go in 1909. Do you prefer Asta or Unum? Okay. So bear with me. I had to say I love both of them. I do. I love both of them. But Asta made me mad. Asta made me really mad at the beginning because he was like, okay, guys. He would just like be yelling for no reason. I'm like, dude, like, why are you yelling so much? Stop yelling so much. Calm down. It's not that serious. But when he did finally stop yelling, I was like, okay, cool. But I loved his story though. When you find out that he just keeps going, and no matter what, he doesn't have magic, but he just keeps going, and everything. But then you don't really find out why he doesn't have magic till you either read the manga or go further along, where they stopped at. So I'm like, I don't know, I like both of them, and is just insanely overpowered though. Insanely overpowered. Like he's really, really good. He's like perfect. He kind of reminds me of Sasuke from Naruto though, but I know it was weird to me because I saw Asta the last time I saw it, when it was still going on. I'm like, I think Asta took steroids or something, because Asta looked like he was like a lot. He's like tripled in size, like with his muscles and everything. I was like, oh my god, like that's crazy. But yeah, I would have to, I don't know, that's a hard choice for me. I love both of them. I do. I love both of them. It's so hard to pick. But Asta got on my nerves though. He did. He got on my nerves. The very first episode, I'm like, stop yelling. There's no need to yell. I can hear you. The whole world can hear you. Stop yelling. But that's just me though. And it was funny too, because when I wrote Soul Exchange, you're in that one of my favorite. Thank you, Elena. I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much, because I need to read a manga. I'm so far behind in stuff. I've read the manga for a few things, but I need to start. I definitely need to do it with Bleach, because I read about Bleach, and I saw Bleach. Bleach was amazing. I love Bleach, but then they stopped, and I thought I heard that it was probably supposed to be coming back. I'm not really sure, but I heard that everything just goes crazy and just takes a whole different turn in the manga. So I need to start the manga and everything from where they left off. But I kind of want to draw emotions out like that, from Soul Exchange, because my friend, he's like, Clarence, I hated Donovan. I'm like, did you? He's like, yeah. I'm like, honestly, I kind of hate Donovan too. He's like, well, why'd you write him like that? I'm like, now that I think about it, I needed somebody to hate. I needed somebody to write so people can hate. I need people to write characters that people who will who hate, loathe, despise. I need people too that people are like, oh, I love this character. Oh, that person's a sweetheart. Oh, I really feel bad for that character. Oh, I can't believe the way that character did. I can't believe this situation happened to this character or that character. So I try to really my best to make my characters very relatable to people, and just to be just out there so people can really see yeah, you know what I mean? I know a person like this person. I know a person like that person. Can't stand him. Fairgoer Symphony. Do you like Fushigi Yugi? I've never heard of that one. Matter of fact, I need to write that one down. Matter of fact, I'm about to put it in my phone right now. I am, because I didn't know. I've never heard about that at all. But I will definitely write that down, because I kind of want to see that. Fushigi Yugi. Because I'm always looking for new anime to watch, always new things to watch, new music to listen to. Because with music, I listen to everything. I listen to. I'm a heavy metal guy. I do. I love 80s heavy metal, up to some heavy metal. The only metal that I listen to is kind of hard. It's the ones where you just all growling and everything like that. I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta get used to that. Do you read Solo Leveling? No, I haven't. I'm gonna have to add that one too. Solo Leveling. I gotta read that one, because let me see. Because again, I would love to. Because I love anime recommendations. Because I'm always looking for new anime. Always looking for new anime recommendations, new music recommendations, new movie recommendations, all that kind of stuff. Because I've always had people oh, Clarence, have you seen this? I'm like, yeah, I've seen this, but have you seen this? I'm like, no. So, I'm always looking for new anime recommendations, new music recommendations, like I said, movie recommendations, stuff like that. I'm looking for recommendations of all kinds, and that's kind of what I'm hoping for, with my books, to kind of bring new excitement and everything to people's lives so they can read it. So I'm like, oh, hey, guess what? here's Soul Exchange, or hey, here's another one of my books, or hey, check this out, check this out, check this out. You know, people be like, ooh, wait, what another book does Clarence have written? You know, this and that, the other. That's nice. Soul leveling is nice. Like, really? Oh, nice. That's awesome. Were you able to see any memories of nobody? No, I didn't. No, I haven't seen that one. I'm gonna write that one down too. Oh my god, I need to write like all this stuff down. That's great. Memories of nobody. I never even heard of that one though. Like that's amazing. Now I actually have like something to do over the weekend, like when I write and everything. Virgo 1916. What genre of anime are you into? I'm definitely. You know, one thing, it's weird because like I'm an action guy. Like I love action all the way. You know, like Fist of the North Star, Bleach, Inuyasha, Black Clover, stuff like that. But surprising because I've heard about like sports animes too. I was like sports animes. I'm sure they suck. I'm like, nah, I'm not into sports animes because I'm not a sports person. You know, I was not really a sports person, but I used to watch like football with my dad. But I watched a few sports animes. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. Oh, I'm sorry if I forgot what was the question like about Bleach. And it was Bleach. Oh, is it? Wait. Nobody's movie of Bleach. No, because you know one thing? I thought no, because I didn't watch that one. I think I watched one Bleach movie, but I don't think. No, I didn't see that one. I don't think. No. No, did I? No, I didn't. Oh, awesome. Yeah, so that's gonna be on my to-do list. Like, matter of fact, I think I might watch it when I get home tonight from work. So when I get home, like 11 o'clock at night. So yeah, I'll definitely watch that then. Cause I love Bleach. So yeah, I'll definitely watch that. Memories of Nobody. That's awesome. Thank you so much for that. Cause Bleach Memories. That's the full title. Nice. Oh, thank you so much for going 1916. That's great. Nice. I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch that tonight. Definitely, I'm gonna watch that tonight. Yeah, because I miss seeing Bleach. I do. I'm definitely gonna watch that one. Bleach Memory. Let me make sure I put that near the title too, because I want to make sure I see that. Perfect. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Now I got something to watch tonight. Yeah, so I'll definitely watch that. That's great. Sasagiyo Heart. Ooh, 19 Virgo 1918 1. Awesome. Ooh, you guys are coming up with like some great. It's only sports anime that Lily gave me goosebumps. Is it really? Oh, no kidding. That's awesome. Yo, Mushi Pedal. Like I forgot like all the other different like sports animes that I watched. I was just like, okay, I'll give it a try. And I was just like, oh wow, this is really good. This is really good. It was one with was like the volleyball team. I can't remember what that one was called. And it was one about basketball too. Like those were really good. I haven't finished one with the basketball one though, but like that was amazing. I had to look at that one. Mushi Pedal. That sounds great. I definitely want to see that one now. Sports really give you goosebumps. That's awesome. That's so sick. That's amazing. Thank you guys so much for like these recommendations. Now I have something like to watch in my spare time. That's amazing to me. That's so awesome. I didn't know so many people were like anime fans. That's great. I don't, because I think I've watched like only a few. I think only like a few. Yes, that's the one. Thank you so much. February 1916. Yes, that's it. That's the one. That's the one. I love that. I love that one so much. And me and my friend, we always talk about like different kind of animes, that we're watching. Another one of the animes that I love is the Fate series. But the thing with the Fate series is though, like it's so many of them. My friends like, "What did you see this?" I'm like, "I don't think so." And then I'm like, "Oh yeah, I saw that one." And then he'll tell me, I'm like, "No, I didn't see that one." So I've seen like a lot of the Fate series and everything. I know there's like I think there was like a recent Fate movie that was released that I want to see too. That has some great storytelling. I love the characters in there. I hate Gilgamesh though. I love Gilgamesh, but I have like a love-hate relationship with Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is a jackass. Like I can't stand him. He's like the most annoying, arrogant person I've ever seen in my entire life. But he's so powerful though. So powerful. That's what I like about him. He's so powerful, but I'm like, oh. Yes, and that's coming from someone who watches a lot. It's not that it's. Is it really? Oh wow! Oh yes, I'm definitely going to check that out now. See, you have finally convinced me. I'll probably become a fan now because of it, and I thank you for that. Yes, yes, I do. I love all the guys, but like it's just like certain characters for me is like Tangerine guy, like amazing, amazing. I was like, wow, kind of wish I was that athletic and everything. I'm not athletic at all. I used to play football. I used to play football when I was younger, but it was like during practice, like I got tackled from behind. I didn't even have the ball, and I got tackled, which is still weird to me. And I pulled a muscle in my knee, and my mom will love telling this story because I was like hobbling and everything, walking, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, Mom, I want to practice. She's like, but your knees hurt. I'm like, I want to practice though. All of a sudden, when my father was at work, I was about 12, 11 or 12 maybe at the time. And so as soon as my dad called, like I cried, cried like a little baby. And then went to the hospital, and they had a big game because I live in New Jersey, and it was Ocean Township against like Pop Warner Mighty Mites, which was the team I was on. And so the nurse, she was like, yeah, she's like, no football for you. Like, you're gonna have to rest, put ice on your knee and everything. I'm like, but I can't. Like, I got a big game coming Saturday. She's like, listen. She's like, you better sit down and put some ice on that leg and everything. You understand me? I'm like, yes, ma'am. Sorry, I apologize. And my mom was like, I can't believe you made that big of a fuss to your father. You cried and everything, and then you got here going to try to tell the nurse that you're gonna go play football. So yeah, I played football. That's like the only sport I really played. I wanted to do wrestling, like college wrestling. But my mom, that's when I think they had like a few cases where I think people were getting like, it was like, I forgot what they were contracting because like the match wasn't being washed down properly or anything. So I never got a chance to do that. But then I wanted to become a professional wrestler, and I'm 41. So for those that remember, like back in the day with Sid Vicious and everything, he did a drop kick off the top turnbuckle and everything against something. I think it was like Scott Steiner at the time, and he fell and he broke his leg. I'm like, nope, not me. No, I do not want to be a wrestler. Nope, get that. I don't care about that. Not a bit. Chair shots, fine. I'll take a chair shot. Get put through the table, I'll take that too. Now, no way, not a chance. No, thank you. So now, I guess the safest thing I can do right now is pretty much just right. So yeah, I really appreciate you guys though so much for like coming on here, you know, like asking me questions and stuff like that, especially for the anime recommendations. Thank you all for the anime recommendations. I appreciate it so much, so much. I feel like we're all family now. We all love anime and everything else. So that's great. So thank you guys so much for everything. I really do appreciate this so much. And I thank you. I really want to thank you guys too for taking the time out of your busy schedules and everything. For coming like to check me out, to talk to me, to ask me questions, to give me amazing anime recommendations. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that though so much. Like it really means a lot to me that you guys will come out, just to see me. Also, my next schedule will be Friday. Same time. It'll be at 11 o'clock on Friday. So you guys can come check me out then. And I'll be on Saturday too. I'll be there on Friday at 11 a.m. I'll be there Saturday. I'll be on Saturday at 2 o'clock p.m. and on Sunday at 2 o'clock p.m. too. So if you guys, if you guys want to check me out on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'll be here. I'll be here and everything. Oh, and plus it'll be Eastern time. Sorry about that, since I'm on the East Coast. So yeah, it'll be Friday 11, Saturday and Sunday at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. So if you guys are free, you guys have time to come by, you guys want to hang out with me, listen to me talk more about Soul Exchange, about the upcoming books I'm gonna write, or more anime recommendations, or music that I listen to, or whatever, then hey, please come on by. Come by Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll be here. It'll be a good old time. We'll have fun, and we're gonna enjoy ourselves, and just get to know each other better. Ask me more questions or whatever you want to. It's about music, anime, whatever. Just so you know, I'm not really a sports person, so I don't know that much about sports, so I can't do anything about sports. I'm sorry about that. But I'll definitely be here, waiting to talk with everybody and everything. So I'm excited about that. So I can't wait, for like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just spend time with you guys. And like I said, like I don't really know if like anybody really knows how much this means to me to know that I actually got a book published, because I didn't think I was gonna do anything with my life. I really didn't. Um, but to know that I got like my first book published and that I'm actually on here, with Reader's Magnet, like really talking to all of you guys about my book, not only about my book, but about anime and stuff like that, just to be able to like to share my life with you guys. Like I'm so fortunate and I'm so happy and everything. Oh, thank you so much, Fairgore 748. I really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. You have no idea. And I always said too that I guess when I came out with the book and all my friends and everything, my family, when they said they were proud of me, I think it made me a whole lot more emotional, because now I think I almost get like teary-eyed about everything with the book. But I'm not gonna get teary-eyed today, I promise. I'll try not to. But I just wanted you guys to know that I don't take none of this for granted. I don't take you guys coming here, asking me questions, listening to me, listening to the third chapter that I read today. I don't take none of it for granted, and I do so much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And listen, if you guys really do have a dream, I don't care if it's to become a writer, a chef, movie star, actress, singer, like whatever, you guys can do it, because I mean, look at me. I know that sounds very cliche, but no, I'm dead serious. Like if it can happen for me, trust me, it can happen for you too, because my biggest inspiration right now, kind of going into this, is J.K. Rowling. I know a lot of people have controversy about her and everything, but I look at her life, at what she went through. She had a hard life, and now look where she's at. And I'm hoping and dreaming. I'm gonna push my way forward till I get to that goal, and that dream is to be among the upper echelon of like authors. Like her, Stephen King, James Patterson, Stephanie Myers. So many great people and everything. And I just wanna have fun doing this. So I'm very appreciative of all of you coming here to spend time with me, and I don't take it for granted. And I thank you all so much for taking the time out of your busy schedules to come listen to little old me, or go on about, my book and everything. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate this so much. And hey, like I said, there's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Keep going. Don't let nothing get you down. I'll be your biggest hype person. I'll be pushing your movies, your songs, whatever, because I just want to see people win. I really do. So thank you all for that. Thank you for your time. Thank you for caring, for your questions, everything. I love you guys. Take care. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care, guys. Have a good one.